Right, welcome back. Last time, we kicked the Golden Horde out of Europe, and we also reclaimed Constantinople from Turkey. Yay. Also went ahead and embraced the Enlightenment, so there's no more institutions that I need to worry about. And I get minus 10% to tech costs permanently, plus an extra accepted culture, which is kind of useless. Oh well. So now I can spend all of my money on military matters and economic matters, and maintenance and whatnot. Perhaps occasional bureaucracy too. Capital buildings and whatnot. I'm going to need more than 14 states to state everything in the Commonwealth. So I think I'm going to need more than 14. I haven't checked recently. Also, we are 2 years past the EU4 end date. There's only 30 years, a little over 33 years left in the game. Almost 34. Oh, and I forgot to grab the spoils of war. Yeah, the war did just finish after all. So, take this to the treasury since... yeah. It's not big enough to cause stability damage, and let us get going. Additionally, the Commonwealth annexation time is finally going to be before the end date of 1856. It's going to be around 1850. For the next several months, though, I'm not going to be able to get anything since diplomatic power is at negative. Yeah. This does cause quite a few issues, which will have to be rectified with time. Oh, I also am now up to date on admin tech, and I'm not going to be up to date for a while with Diplotech. Although I am getting pretty close to level 50, at which I will obtain the the railway network road building, and that's going to heavily improve communication across the entire country, as well as production and trade. Once I finally unlock it, that is. I am going to be investing a heavy amount of money thanks to my huge level of... Ooh, actually. There we go. That should help. Right. That mission tree is from the monarchy. Which theoretically I am. Yeah. I might as well claim this mission too. Okay, there we go. It's going on. Okay, what's this war? Veronese succession. Veronese succession. Well, that's why I no longer have a spy in Verona. It's getting annoying. Every time I try to spy on someone with technology, they get either annexed or turned into a subject. Right, nation's technology. Highest level of admin tech is for... Shetton has really good diplomatic technology. I can't do Florence, they're also not independent. Lippe... okay, I guess I'll try Owen. They're the same color as Hesse. That's not going to cause any issues whatsoever. How's their spy defense looking? Ah, they don't have espionage. They don't have espionage. That's my biggest problem with trying to spy on Stettin. They have espionage ideas, so it takes next to forever to get a spy network up and running. And it's very easy for them to find it again, and then just take it apart. I have to start from the beginning. might as well grab Customs House now. Clearinghouse, not Customs House, Clearinghouse. As banks grew larger, many began to accept notes from each other. From time to time, the banks needed to settle accounts, which they did by courier. This made them vulnerable to thieves and bandits, so a government-chartered bankers' clearinghouse was established to facilitate these bank-to-bank transfers. Plus trade range, plus trade efficiency. Big buff to trade range, actually. How far can I reach now? I could reach Australia if I knew where that was. Do I know? I don't actually know any provinces in the Pacific. No. So I can't actually check to see if I can reach there. But I can reach all of Asia. Southeast Asia. Australia, no, too. I can reach South Africa. I can reach the Andes. I can't even reach California all the way over here. It's the American West Coast. So I wouldn't be too surprised. Yeah, okay. It's possible that the Pacific node is unreachable at the moment. I find it pretty likely that that would change if that were the case pretty quickly, though. I think I just need a couple hundred more trade range. And the merchant bank's tech is going to give me even more trade range. Another 100. And then 53 is going to give me 300. At that point, I probably can touch every part of the world if I wished. Yeah, a couple provinces, and then these are highway networks, so I can't upgrade these further. I'm going to have to connect them up to my own road network. And also make sure that it actually reaches all the important cities. I question why this city has it. This one doesn't. Probably size of provinces. Oh well. Alright, how much will this cost? 220. Yeah, sure. Merchant banks. Increasingly sophisticated financial tools demanded new ways of doing business. Merchant banks, such as the Rothschilds, were established in order to take advantage of new opportunities, such as underwriting bonds or originating foreign loans. More trade range. Extra settlement growth enables the heavy frigate, which isn't useful for me since I don't use light ships, I use galleys. I think I have enough by now to get the final capital upgrade here. It's the wrong... Come on. Bureaucratic options. I'd like to expand the bureaucracy. Right, level 5 capital. That is the maximum level. And lowers... well, it lowers the negative impact of CE by 25% everywhere. So it takes 3/4 of the time to travel everywhere. Equivalent, I guess. Okay, at least the resting point for autonomy for this province is not 1.8%, but now it's that was 1.5, but now it's going to lower it down to 0 again. Given time, so long as nothing happens. Like someone building a next level university. Oh yeah. Right, now it's time for these as well. Dominion tactics. Dominion tactics emphasized massed infantry charges with high morale as the key to victory. At close range, enemy advantages in firepower were neutralized, and it became a contest to see whose spirit would break first. Soldiers who trained for such an eventuality would have the edge. Plus land morale, plus combat width, and plus shock for infantry and cavalry, plus the final upgrades for infantry units. Right, suffrage movement. In England, criticism of political corruption in Parliament led to a growing movement demanding the vote for all adult men, regardless of his wealth, and for the salaries of salaries for members of Parliament, so that working class men could also serve. This Chartist movement grew increasingly strong in the 1840s, led to the expansion of the electorate, although not to all men. Yep, and they're actually referenced in Victoria too. Breech-loader riflemen, because fire has, by this point, become much more important for infantry than shock. Cavalry is still heavily shock-based. Which is why I'm not going to invest into unit types, for cavalry at least, with higher levels of fire. That's just not what they're good at. They're designed for shock. I can read from his pips. Anyway, limes. Sailors on board ships for long periods of time were vulnerable to the disease scurvy. Between 1500 and 1800, perhaps 2 million men died from it, even though many nations had independently figured out it was caused by a lack of citrus in the diet in the 16th and 17th centuries. By the end of the 18th century, large navies began cultivating limes in order to ensure a steady supply of citrus on board every ship. It became a part of the sailors' daily diet, giving British sailors the nickname limeys. Plus max colonial range, plus navy morale, and plus naval maintenance. Ooh, naval maintenance. Truly the most glorious of buffs. From tech. Technically not a buff at all. And its resting point is at 0, despite the fact that it's owned by greater nobles. Okay. Tortugues. That is definitely in the Mayas. Yep. Capital of English Mexico. Devastating plague. Have fun. It's never going to reach me. It's just way too far away. Across the entire ocean. Actually, now that I think about it, do I even have a truce with Italy and the rest? No. No, I do not. Does Denmark have any subjects? No, they do not. So I am not afraid of Denmark either way. I should at the very least start fabricating, well, not fabricating clans, but start spying them upon them, though. Take Raval. You know what? Yeah, retreating would lose me war scores, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab provinces. That's enough Latvian dev and enough Estonian dev. And it gives me a relatively short peace deal, so I can come back soon. When I'm better prepared for this sort of thing. That's gonna cost me 325 diplo points. It's gonna freeze decoration for a bit longer again. Well, still think it's a good time to grab the peace deal now rather than later. unjustified demands. Sell ships. Right. I don't have diplomats this time. I don't need to spy anymore on Prussia. Not at the moment. I can sell those 2 ships. Hand them over to Orthodox priests. I can handle any unrest here, no problem. Right, let's say some random country over here near the Baltic Sea would like to buy a galleon or transport. I have to admit, it's running out of time, so... that's something I'm gonna have to do next time. So, that's probably from the overextension of getting these provinces. It's a lot easier to get a lot of provinces now that I have greater expansion capacity. As well as reduce province war score cost. It's a lot more expensive to just do something about it. Simply due to various reasons. Anyway. Any changes? Any serious changes in the map of the world? Not really. Not there anyway. Is there still a plague going? Oh, yeah. Let's see how it's spread. Yeah. Yucatan, eat your heart out. Yeah, English Madagascar. As well as English Taiwan, although they haven't colonized more than this. Good for them, I guess. And Ming appears to be continuing to conquer up north. Apparently Marshal Pahad and England have about the same map color. That's not going to cause any issues whatsoever. This is still a complete and utter mess. That's Tugert, not Egypt, which have... It's not exactly the same, but it looks pretty close. Yeah. Livland decided to go ahead and start... And friends decided to go ahead and start revolting against Prussia. So yeah. This is their punishment. It's high time I started taking control of the Baltic. Anyway. There's only 20 years left in the game. See you again next time. Perhaps for the last time for this campaign. Until then, bye.